Yes. I know that sound means time. In the Paddock F1. Greeny and the Cheese. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Please hit that subscribe and like button if you don't mind. Help us out here at the channel. But here we go.
Here we go.
Special episode. Quizmasters Cockpit. 12 questions for Mike as he goes down the golf here.
I got notes. Some notes. I don't know if it's going to help me at all. Going up 80 years of history in front of you here. In the Paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese. Thank you for joining us on this very special episode on our extended spring break. Might as well have like our retirement community trivia night here. For those who have enjoyed over the past 5 years Quizmasters Cockpit, welcome once again to the ultimate Quizmasters Cockpit. Unfortunately, I only get 3 questions, 3 sectors each week. But today, we're going to do like a sprint race episode with 4 laps, 12 sectors. That's absolute madness, Cheese. For the first time ever, we are dropping it for you. So thank you again for joining us for these 180 plus episodes and this 120 or so Quizmasters Cockpits you have thrown through the years, going through well over 100 different Quizmasters Cockpits. And you picked the juiciest and maybe all the questions I got wrong, which...
No, I didn't. I kind of went a little different. I got a little... Mainly, it's a bunch of new ones. There are some old ones.
All right.
There are some you got right in the past. Some you've gotten wrong in the past. But I say the first 5 are kind of cupcakes. Then we get a little bit to a nitty-gritty. The last few are very interesting.
All right.
I'm curious to see how you will do.
I have no idea.
Are you ready to kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy?
Do we put the intense music on now? I think we just put it on to start.
I think we just do it for the whole damn thing.
Let's go each question. All right, question number 1.
Since we're going to Miami next, other than Miami, what other circuit has F1 raced in the state of Florida?
Sebring.
That is correct. You got that wrong in the past.
I have got that wrong in the past. Like I've said for many years, we make corrections. We learn from our mistakes. That's the most important thing that we all can do is learn from our mistakes. So I was not going to get that one wrong once again. I think that was like of the 11 or 12 tracks the U.S. has raced, I always forget Sebring or Riverside.
Yeah.
All right, 1 for 1. Oof. All right.
Question number 2, sir. In what year did Formula One begin? Cupcake.
Oh, he's giving me a code. That's 1950.
That is correct, sir.
This is 1950. Long time ago. 7 races, which I think we might end up with this season.
Oh. All right, next question.
All right.
What circuit features the famous Wall of Champions? Final corner.
Is it Brazil?
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
That is incorrect, sir.
Yeah, I know it was incorrect.
It is Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Montreal, sir.
Of course it is Canada. That was a bad job. That was another cupcake. Another cupcake. Right. And I just blew that one. I got too many notes in front of me.
That was a cupcake. The next one's also a pretty serious cupcake too.
Yeah, I'll probably get that one wrong too. But whenever you're geared up and ready.
If you get this question wrong, you should actually probably slap yourself live on the show. Like, I'm not even joking. If you get this one wrong, I would. If I got this question wrong, I would slap my own goddamn self in the face.
All right. Let's go.
What circuit is nicknamed the Temple of Speed?
That's Imola, of course.
I see correct, sir.
It's Monza. I'm sorry.
It's Monza.
I'm sorry. Got too many notes. I knew it was Italy. That's what I meant.
Oh my god!
I meant Monza.
How could you get that wrong?
I meant Monza. That's what I meant. You know what I meant.
Oh, I didn't know what you meant. You said Imola.
You know what I meant.
That is awful.
I spoke too soon. I got too many. I got 50 pages of notes in front of me, and this is what happens. I literally have it right in front of me. Right in front of me. Literally, eye level in front of me is all the facts about Monza.
You said Imola.
It's like literally, if you see my paper, it's literally right in front of me.
Oh, God.
This is a lot of pressure. I didn't realize the pressure I'd be under. These are cupcake questions. So, number what, 2 for 4?
2 for 4.
All right. Well, you had to make it interesting somehow. Let's go. Question 5.
That is true. That's true. Question 5. Who has the most wins at Monaco?
That would be Graham Hill?
No, it's Ayrton Senna.
Ayrton Senna. Yeah.
That is incorrect, sir.
I knew that as well. See, I'm jumping the gun. Not thinking.
Thinking too hard.
I think Hill's got 5, Senna's got 6. I think that's right.
Yeah.
The King of Monaco. Just blew that one too.
That's 3 in a row. Incorrect, sir. You were on the incorrect train.
I'm on a losing streak right now. So we got to turn it around for question number 6. Let's go. Hopefully you at home following along are getting these easy cupcake questions, unlike myself. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think, and that's the problem. You look at these game shows and you watch them, and you give them cupcake questions, and people sit back and think for a moment, and you're like, just answer the question. But then you forget about the pressure that you're under when you're under the gun here. See, you're the question answerer. Or the question asker. I'm sorry. I'm the answerer. So, obviously much more difficult. But let me continue to embarrass myself going to question number 6.
Which driver is known as the Flying Finn and won 2 world titles with McLaren?
That's a good question. I think it was Hakkinen.
What are you, Googling shit?
No. But I think it was Mika Hakkinen. I had to pause for a moment. I had to pause. I told you I was going to think.
That's correct.
Told you I was going to think. Had to take a moment there.
Oh, gosh. All right, next question.
It's a lot of pressure,
We're back to 50%.
That's a big fat F here. You got to get over 70% to at least get a D.
Next question. What driver has the most wins in a row in Formula One, and how many was that?
Is it? I know that. I'm going to take a moment. I believe it's Max Verstappen, and I believe it's 10.
That is correct, sir. That is correct, sir.
4 and 3. through 7 questions. Let's see if we can get the back 6 here. Pretty bad front 6. Starting solid on the back 6. 5 questions left, and I'm gonna have to take a shower after this one because I'm sweating through my shirt here.
Next question. Name the 4 circuits on the Formula One calendar that are shorter than the Red Bull Ring. There are 4 tracks on the calendar that are shorter than the Red Bull Ring.
Sure, 4 tracks.
4 circuits are shorter than the Red Bull Ring. Shockingly enough, even though the Red Bull Ring has the fastest lap. But it is not the shortest track on the circuit, or on the calendar.
I mean,
there are 4 shorter.
Four shorter than Austria. I have no idea.
One's a gimme. One of them's a gimme.
I have no idea. Monza. I have no idea.
No. There's one that's a gimme. What is the shortest circuit on the... Seriously. You gonna give up here?
I'm gonna give up. I can't name 4. I'm just gonna guess. I would just guess at 4. There's no reason to just throw out guesses here. I know the longest tracks.
The gimme, of course, is Monaco. Zandvoort. Mexico City. And Brazil are all shorter than the Red Bull Ring.
All right. Didn't hit the books hard enough.
So we're back to 500.
4 and 4. It means if I get the next 4 right, 8 and 4. Yeah, that's like a C- at best here.
Yeah, I don't foresee you getting the.
He's like, absolutely not. You said the temple of speed was Imola. There's no way.
Getting the next 4.
I don't even know how you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth is what this guy's thinking right now. Because I blew this one. I had plenty of time to prepare as well.
Here we go. Question number 9, sir.
All right. Hold on.
Yeah, you might have to think here for a second.
No, I have. That's my number one quality.
Question 9
thinking.
and question 10, and then 11 and 12 are tied together.
All right.
So there's a part. There's the first. But here we go. In 1976, this team entered the P34, a car that featured 6 wheels, not 4. Name the team.
Lotus?
No.
No.
Tyrell.
That's right, Tyrell. I wasn't getting that. I don't know if you'll get. I did get a team that existed in 1976, so.
You might not get any of the rest of the questions, to be honest, from this point on now. Yeah. That was like the easiest of the
That was the
four.
easiest
Maybe.
of all of them.
Maybe there's another one that you might be able to get the answer, but there's 3 answers to it, so we'll see.
gosh.
But anyway, question number
All right.
10, sir.
All right. Continue your madness.
Max Verstappen and this other driver on the grid are the only drivers to win from 9 plus different grid positions.
What?
So you had to have won from 9 or more grid positions. Only Max and this other driver on the grid have done it.
On the current grid.
On the current grid.
Time.
All time.
From every position.
From 9 or more positions they have won from on the grid. So they started in 9 or more different positions on the grid and won the race. Max and this other driver.
Well, you're not going to make it easy, so I'm going to eliminate Lewis. I mean, only with Alonso, but I think you're going to be super sneaky. It's probably going to be one of the Cadillac drivers, just because you're going to be super sneaky. So I'm thinking if they won enough races. Fuck it. Let's go with Sergio Perez.
That is incorrect, sir. Your original instinct was actually correct. It was Fernando Alonso.
Fernando Alonso.
Max has won from 10 different grid positions. First, second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, ninth, 10th, 14th, and 17th. Fernando Alonso has won from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 8th, 11th, and 15th.
15th? How about that?
So, yeah, that's
My God.
pretty much
You can
good.
probably get college credit if you get all the answers right here in your Quizmasters 4-lap sprint race cockpit here. That's what I would say.
Question number 11, sir. It's a tough gauntlet to run. Because I said the opening 5 were cupcakes. Then we hit the nitty gritty.
You absolutely failed. It's all right.
What is the Triple Crown of Motorsport? The Triple Crown of Motorsport.
Triple Crown of Motorsport. I should know this too. Like, what 3 races do you win?
That would be a Triple Crown.
Triple Crown, Indy 500, Monaco, and Le Mans.
That is correct, sir.
Wow.
That is correct, sir. I don't think you're getting that. And the final question, which ties
Hold
into
on.
the last
I gotta
question.
take a breath after that. We can throw in the next one after that one. Whew. Went in the tank because I knew that one. Most of these I knew. I was just jumping the gun on the answer without thinking like a moron. Probably because it's Saturday and I'm partying a little too hard here. Especially.
Oh, I got bombed last night, so.
Yeah, I get getting bombed every night. Anyway, let's get to the last question. Final question.
Now tying into the last question, only one driver has completed the Triple Crown of Motorsport.
Ooh.
Who is that driver?
I have no idea. I could just guess. Mario Andretti?
No. The answer is Graham Hill. Won Monaco 5 times. 63, 64, 65, 68, and 69.
Mm-hmm.
He won Indy in 1966, and he won at Le Mans in 72. The only man to have won the Triple Crown of Motorsport.
I'm going to take a cold shower after that one. That was a tough one. Embarrassed myself a little bit. Some of those answers, I was literally staring me right in front of my face as I just went over them.
Well, the final tally
probably would have been better.
5 correct and 7 wrong.
That is a fat F. I was hoping for above 500 at least. Yeah, having the entire gauntlet of all questions was tough. Throwing in the cupcakes, if I just said Monza, that would have just put me at least 500. And of course, Jacques Villeneuve, that would have put me at 7 and 5. Those are 2 stupid ones that I definitely should have got. It's embarrassing.
Villeneuve?
Yeah.
That's it. If you would have got those 2, you would have been 7 and 5.
Those were 2 cupcakes that I should have got.
Those are Monsters cupcakes.
Yeah. Well, party hardy equals tardy. And this is what happened here. I was not well prepared. Same preparations I did for the SATs, and this is why we are where we are. Anyway. Join us next week, and we have our big announcement for preparations for our live Miami show, which is going to be pretty exciting. So mark your calendars for that. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. Same time as the race, of course, on 2 Sundays from 2 weeks from tomorrow. We're going to do a little live Miami, have a little fun, so do something different, and bring you the show as well. So it's going to be a double dose all night long with Greeny and the Cheese to celebrate our biggest month ever of downloads. And thank you all for helping us get there, because could definitely not have done it without you, as we build our audience every single week. And pretty amazing. No races, yet more listeners than ever and more downloads than ever. So we thank you all. Sounds like this content might be better than our race content, but we'll see. At least for the listeners in the ears. But yeah, of course, in the Paddock USA at gmail.com. If you got 12 out of 12 and want to get your certification mailed to you, if you do better than me, then, you have half a brain, so good for you. Say what you got to say, brother.
Thanks for tuning in, as Mike said. I'll see you next time. And as always, stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.